I have an exciting home update project to share with you featuring our master closet. I'm standing in our master bedroom right now. If you've been watching me for a while, I have done myriad videos on my closet. It's a very long, large space. We call it the bowling alley because it's very long, like a bowling alley, but it's also very large and just way more space than any two people really need for clothes and accessories. We have over the years stored quite a few other things in there as well, mainly loads and loads of travel gear, lots of my lighting that I don't use very often, things like that. Well, it's been my dream basically since we moved in 10 years ago to have a second floor laundry room, and I just couldn't figure out, it just, I don't know, it didn't feel like absolutely really necessary. It was just something that maybe one day we'll do. Well, now having a child, it's really nice to have a laundry room on the same floor that you do, most of your laundry comes from. So most of our clothing and linens, bed linens and towels come from the second floor. And our laundry room that was with the house is in the basement. So it's just like a lot of up and down stairs. I'm happy to do stairs, but it's just so nice and convenient to have one on the second floor. So this year, I feel like now that we've been here 10 years, we're really looking at the home and trying to freshen it up and make it a little bit more current and kind of suit our current needs better now that we have, a family. So yes. Project one was to tackle the second floor laundry room. So I did a very, very verbose, as usual, before and after tour for you guys. So that's why this video is ridiculously long, and I apologize. But I did take some pictures. It's really hard to photograph that space because it's so long and narrow. But I do have some before and after and like process photos that I will throw up hopefully on my blog for you. Now that I say that, I better do it. So if you want to just like look at those instead, because I know this is a long video, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm so excited about this project and so can't wait to share it with you. So let's hop in. Okay, so just to orient you, this is our bedroom, the master bedroom. And the closet is over here by the door to our room, and it's what I call the bowling alley. What do I call it? It's like a, isn't that what it's called, a bowling alley? I don't know, it's just long and narrow, but it's just way more space than we need for our things. We have everything really spaced out in here. Like for instance, I don't need all these boxes. I have empty drawers where I could put those things, and I don't even wear most of those shoes, so a lot of them can go, and I could stack everything closer and move the clothes over. I mean, there's a lot of room, and then Dawn obviously has a lot of space too. And we're gonna kind of keep the front of the closet the same, I think, for the most part. But the whole back of the closet is going to be turned into a second floor laundry room. I'm so excited, you guys. This has been a fantasy of mine ever since we moved in, and we're making it happen. So I thought I'd give you a proper look at the closet. I didn't tidy it or anything. This is what it just looks like on an everyday basis for the most part. It's not terribly messy, but it's not the most organized it's ever been. But not too bad. And it's going to get much tidier after the renovation because I'm going to have everything's being pulled out, and then I'm going to put everything back, and I'm going to put everything back nice and neat. And of course, I'm going to show you guys the new laundry room. So I thought I'd just quickly do a little before tour so you guys could see everything. All the shoes I never wear, sweaters and jeans that could go in drawers, some empty bins, some boots, a couple pairs of those can be donated. This is obviously my side of the closet. I have some robes and things, and then my hanging stuff. I mainly fold like t-shirts and things like that, but these are kind of my nicer tops. And my sweatshirts, and then kind of sports related gear over there, and then my dresses. And actually I have portioned off a large section of those. From here to here are dresses that I'm not sure I'm keeping. I might be parting ways with. Those are my definite keeps. So there's going to be some more purging happening. I'm constantly going through my clothing and pulling things out. Don, I don't do that for him. I did kind of make him go through his t-shirts because they were literally like overflowing from this shelf. But but I kind of leave his space be. I just hang things up when I can, but he doesn't wear most of those tops, you guys. The polos, he probably wears about a third of them on a regular basis, but you know what? I'm gonna let him have his space. And then his hats and things. And we have a lot of storage up top that we don't use, like a lot of empty space. And the closet is gonna, I think we're gonna keep the closet to the end of that rod. So there's still gonna be a lot of closet space here. And there's still going to be storage space because we're having cabinets built in above the laundry machine. And I think we're keeping in these shelves up until that carry-on, basically. So I'm going to condense this a lot. A lot of this stuff will get moved up top, or some of those bins are empty even. And I'm going to get rid of all that lighting equipment and stuff. I just don't need it, so I'm going to give that away. But we'll have our most used luggage right here. And everything else will be up top. And then the whole rest of this closet space is going to be the laundry room. We're going to have a washer and a dryer and a big counter and lots of space for supplies. I'm going to take all of this out. I'm going to move my purses and things over. A couple of those drawers are pretty much empty. I've really whittled down my purse collection. I could probably do a little bit more work on that too. But mainly this side of the wall, those are all maternity and postpartum clothing and accessories. My breast pump, our suitcases. Some of these can go up into storage. I just did a major purge of suitcases, so these are all of our big suitcases now. These are filled with other suitcases inside. So we have a lot of luggage still, and we don't need all of that. So I'm probably going to get rid of a couple more suitcases, but all of those bins can be put up on the other shelves at the front of the closet. And like I said, all the lighting equipment's going to go. And those, what do we call those? Trunks? Those can all go up to the attic, or I'm not really using them except for one, and I'll keep the one that I'm using down below. So I just wanted to give you guys a look at the closet beforehand, not spend too much time going through everything because I'm going to spend more time on the after with you. But yeah, I'm really excited, and I can't wait to see what the space is going to be like. We're going to replace the flooring. It's going to be just totally different. So now you see it, right? Now you don't. Okay, guys, it's the moment of truth. I'm all moved in. Ta-da! Just let that sink in for a second. Looks totally different, right? I'm gonna walk through everything with you. We basically ripped out the floor. The carpet was awful anyway. We put in vinyl floor padded with cork underneath to absorb sound and vibration from the machines, because you can see laundry room back there. We ripped out this entire wall and re-insulated for sound and vibration proofing, and also to pull in the gas and the water lines from the first floor, and also to do all the venting out to the back of the house for the machines. They repainted everything white, and then basically rehung my closet. So you'll notice the closet skeleton is pretty much the same. It's exactly the same on Don's side. Didn't change that at all. It's alpha, so it's so easy. There's just the bracket on the wall, the back bracket, and then the standards and shelves hang off that. So it's so easy to get on and off and move around and all that. So that's one of the things I love about it. I did change up just a little bit. I'm considering moving the top shelf up one notch. I feel like it got put back in a little bit lower because you can see his shirts are kind of touching the shelf there. It's not the end of the world, but it's kind of hard for me to do, so I'm considering it. But basically, the only things I really changed on his side was we moved his t-shirts into the dressers. Plenty of room. We have empty drawers, so he liked that anyway. I moved his sweaters down a shelf, and I put his shorts in these extra boxes I had. So he's got his chinos and then his cargos. And I'm thinking of getting, I think that's the only thing I'd really purchased for this closet in terms of accessories. I didn't purchase anything. I reused and repurposed things I already had, but I might buy 2 more of those. Those are from the Container Store for his sweaters, just to keep those like tucked into something. And then I repurposed a couple of bins that I had emptied. This one has extra hangers in it, so that's really convenient to have. And then the one up top has our gym bags, which we don't use frequently since we have a home gym. So yeah, And then if you walk into the closet, you can see this part of the closet is basically the same from the previous iteration. My side, this wall, looks the same. I've got my short hanging, a double layer of that, and then my long hanging. I added in a shelf there for more storage, and then what I did was I moved all the sliding drawers, which I had at the end of the closet, which is now a laundry room, over here. And this is where I've condensed my handbag and shoe storage. I have purged a lot of my handbags and shoes. I went through a lot of my shoes actually for this closet project. I hadn't really gone through my shoes in a while, so I've really kind of narrowed those down. The shoes I wear every day I keep in the mudroom, but these shoes that I don't wear every day, I like keeping them in boxes because things can get dusty. I'm still using my little sweater boxes for my jeans, but I've moved my non-hanging sweaters into dresser drawers. Like I said, we have plenty of room, so I've got my regular jeans, and then my crops, and then black jeans, and then kind of other pants there. I prefer to have pants folded as opposed to hanging. I don't actually own any dress pants. Those are the only pants I would hang. So I basically, it's the same number of drawers. I didn't buy anything new. I even we kept the hangers on the wall the same, where I have my belts tucked back there. I don't wear belts very often. My few pairs of flip-flops that I have, and my hats, which again, I use my running hats quite a bit, but other than that, I don't use hats that much. But I had to reconfigure these a little bit just for fitting in with the way that the hanging was. I didn't want to have to move the hanging shelves, and I just couldn't fit. Before I had the two most shallow drawers, one on top of the other, I couldn't fit them that way, and I really wanted to make them all fit because I just like having the drawer option. Now, you'll see several of the drawers are empty, so I'm not sure what those will end up being holding at some point, but I like having this room to grow if I need it. But this is all the same. I had these little containers from the container store. I cleaned them out a little bit. I kind of purged through things. When you redo a closet or any space in your house, it's a perfect opportunity to really go through things, and I took that opportunity for sure. But those are just like little accessories and things that are kind of extra that I don't need all of the time. So there's that, and some belts and things that don't hang, clothing care items. These two are empty. And then I have my wallets here. You can see I've condensed that down quite a bit. That's my wallets and my little card cases and things like that. And then this is empty as well. So I don't know what will eventually live there, but I don't need to put anything there right now. And then these are all my little dress bags. This is probably the part of my collection that has stayed the most full over the years, because I just have I have a brown dress bag and a white dress bag and a small black one and a larger black one and a cream one and a very tiny black one, and I just feel like I actually don't purge those quite as often because I use them. You can never have, I don't know, I feel like I need all those different variations of dress bags. I don't need them, but anyway. And then these are the only 3 handbags that aren't specialty ones that I've kept. There's a Kate Spade one in there, and a Rebecca Minkoff one, beautiful maroon one, and that's a little Coach bag there. And then I have 3 Louis Vuitton bags that are 2 Speedies and a different one, which I don't know if I'll end up keeping all of those. I just haven't been in a handbaggy place. And then these are my kind of leather / faux leather nicer totes. I have a Quiana one and a Louis Vuitton Neverfull, and then that one was from Stella & Dot, which I'm debating parting with. And the bottom shelves, this one's for travel. I have a couple of kind of lightweight duffel bags underneath there that fold up really easy, and then these backpacks I generally only use for travel. And then this one has my other tote bags. So I have a Rifle Paper Company Le Sport Sac one, a Disney themed Vera Bradley one, and then my Longchamp totes. And that's my handbag collection. So I kind of snuck that into this video, didn't I? That's my whole handbag collection right now, aside from the J.W. Hume leather backpack that I use every day. So anyway, my clothing organization, I kept the same. My nicer tops that need to be hung, and then my flannels and cardigans, like flyaway cardigans, and then down below I've got my sweatshirts and then kind of fitness related clothing. And then my dresses, I actually got rid of quite a few dresses. That was another thing that I had my eye on purging down. So you can see there's quite a bit of space, and I do want to actually fill out my like casual dress collection a little bit. So that's something to do, but I'm not in any rush for that. So I've got my kind of summery casual dresses, and then spring, summer, and less casual, and then kind of my nicer dresses back here, and my sweater dresses at the end. And then I just popped the remaining sweater boxes up there. Those two have cardigans in them. I've put all of my sweaters that aren't cardigans into drawers in my dresser, but these are cardigan style ones that are just too delicate or heavy to hang, and those are shorter cashmere cardigans. And then I have all my scarves up there. I actually got rid of quite a few scarves as well, but it's one of those things that I just go in and out of, so I just kind of kept a few, kind of more than a few really, but the ones that I didn't really want to part with right now. And then for storage up top, I have a bin for race gear when I hopefully one day get back to running races, and then Disney World stuff that I only pull out when we travel. And I have a couple more spaces for bins. So again, room to grow. And the extra bins we have up there, some memorabilia, clothing from Dawn, and then also like holiday, seasonal, sports, you know, specific kind of clothing. Those aren't necessary to keep there either if we needed the space for something else. But I just like the way this is. It's still a huge closet. You can see I got my extra robes there. Those are not the robes. I have one robe that I keep in my bathroom that I wear much more frequently, but those are my like really summery one and my really wintry one. But anyway, you can see I kept the bones of this really the same. Oh, something different that I did was I kind of thought for a while about how to store my boots. I had them hanging before, which was cute, but I didn't feel like I had to keep them hanging. But I did want to keep everything off the floor, except for the luggage, which I'll turn around and show you in a second. So what I did is I had so many shelves left from what we took out that I just popped one of these shelves down below my hanging stuff. Since I have mostly shorter dresses, I have just a few longer dresses that I have kind of tucked away over there. But I put this shelf at the very bottom rung of the standard here on the Alpha standard, and then put my boots there, and they fit perfectly. And it kind of almost keeps them covered a little bit. I liked having my boots out, but I don't need them just collecting dust all the time, you know. So I don't know, I kind of like the way that turned out. I thought it was a good use of space, and also in keeping things off the floor. So this half of the closet is now a laundry room, but I still wanted to keep a few of the shelves that I had on this wall. These are 20-inch deep shelves. So on my half of the closet, there are 12-inch deep shelves. On Dawn's half, they're 18-inch deep shelves. And for the luggage side, we had 20-inch deep shelves. So I still wanted to keep some of that because I knew I had at least a few feet of space here for our most frequently used luggage stuff. And I ended up surprising myself and being able to fit all of our luggage gear in here. I thought I'd have to pop some stuff into the attic or something. I didn't have to move anything. It all fit in here perfectly. So at the bottom, I have our most current suitcases. These are the ones that we use and love, and they are nested inside each other. So what you see here looks like 4 bags, but it's actually 9 bags. So each of those 2 Samsonite hard-sided suitcases has 2 other bags nestled inside it, a medium size and a carry-on size. So that's 6 suitcases right there. And then this one, the soft-sided one, has a smaller one nestled inside of it, and then that's Don's carry-on that he uses when he travels for work. So all of that fits right there. They're all on wheels, so they roll in and out easy. Cece loves playing with them when I'm in here doing laundry. So that worked out great, and they fit like a glove. And then I was able to fit 6 of those huge Riesenthal bins basically perfectly here. And I condensed things just a little bit. I did end up purging some things, but not a lot. I'll just walk through them with you really quick. I always keep a bin first. We go to Utah twice a year. We have a family home there that we go to, and we stay there for quite a bit during the summer and for usually a couple of weeks in the winter as well. So we're there probably 6 to 8 weeks total year round. And every so often I'll have something in my hand or something I find or whatever that I know I want to have for Utah, and I want a place to put it. So I have this bin just for that. So when it comes time to go to our trip, I can just pull that bin because we have full wardrobes there. We don't need to pack clothes for ourselves. We need to pack clothes for Cece because she's growing so much she can't have a set wardrobe out there right now, but it just makes it convenient. This is my beach pool one, so that has self-explanatory. This one's my kid travel bin. So this has stuff that I bring specifically to travel with Charlotte. It has all of her packing cubes in it. I kind of keep that stuff separate. This, I'll try to show you what I did with this. So this actually has Container Store clear shoe boxes in it, which I had in a really big bin before. Like, actually it was like a trunk that I had on the floor. And I basically just pulled them out and was able to put them all in here. So there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of those in here. They fit perfectly, and then my travel yoga mat in a packet cube on top. So that has things like pill boxes and luggage tags and scales and things I don't need to pull out all the time, but I like having in little compartments in a nice bin tucked away. This is all of our packing cubes. We have a lot of them. And then packing aids are basically just other packing aids like packing cubes that aren't packing cubes. So like shoe covers and swimsuit, kind of like things to put your wetsuit in and stuff like that. And then I took these 4 other bins that I just had on hand from other organization projects. I always have like a rotating collection of bins that I keep up in my attic. Bins and containers and things that I use for different things. And I don't get rid of bins and containers I don't get rid of them really ever unless I absolutely know I'm never going to use something again, because I do rotate back to them, like for instance with this project. So I just kind of condensed and I put all of our current toiletry cases in here, and they're all packed and ready to go, which makes it so easy. And then this is extra toiletry, so I actually have little bags that have like by different what am I trying to say, categories, like toothbrush or dental stuff and travel hair stuff and travel Dawn's travel, extra travel toiletries and things like that. And then this bin has all of my little extra pouches and stuff that I'm not currently using that I like to switch in and out of, that I use not only for travel but in my handbag and things like that sometimes. And then this has carry-on items that I frequently pack. And then at the top, this is I forget what we call this, where it's like a slanted roof. Maybe that's what it's called, but it's a slanted ceiling. So there's not enough room for really a lot of other bins up there, but I was able to perfectly fit our other, those are mainly my carry-ons, to be honest. Don keeps his backpack in his office. That's his like main carry-on of choice. I have a couple of rolling tote kind of carry-ons and then a couple of backpacks. And that's the whole closet. The only other closet components that I'm really storing in this end of the closet are that shelf up there. I have Winnie's travel bag and a little bin of her kind of travel things up there. And then a small rolling duffel that Don likes to use sometimes that he didn't want to part with. So I thought that was a good place for that. I'm trying to keep that shelf pretty open because that's the only vent in this room. The only, what do we call it? Where the air and the heat comes in. So I want to keep that as open as possible. But anyway, this is the pièce de résistance. This is my new laundry room. You guys, I'm just going to do an overview. This has only been in for a couple of weeks. So I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to do with this space. I'll go through it with you, but I think what I want to do is come back and do a full laundry organization video at some point and talk about my routine, and I've definitely settled into a good routine, especially now that I only do Charlotte's laundry once a week instead of like 3 times a week because she's not an infant and going through so many things in a day anymore. But we got brand new machines. I kept the machines in the basement because I still want to use those for things like kitchen linens and dining stuff. I just still wanted to have those machines down there. Plus they're 10 years old and it just didn't seem prudent to move 10-year-old machines into a new space. Things don't last as long as they used to, you guys. They're still working, they're in great shape, but I felt like it was okay to have 2 sets of machines in this house. It's a big house, like why not? I bought these LG ones. Like I said, I've been using them for 2 weeks. I've probably done about 2 dozen loads of laundry. I do a lot of laundry in them, and I love them. They're great. And then we did this quartz, I think it's quartz, I don't know, tabletop. I just wanted something really clean and white. And I moved up one of my laundry sorters from the basement. I have actually down here my drying rack that I've had for many years that actually folds up really perfect, tucked under there. In case I needed to air dry a lot of things, there's so much hanging space. That was one of the things I wanted, was a lot of hanging space. That I've just been like clipping up bras and things, but I might do something else. I might put a pegboard in to put like hooks on. There's something, I could do something like that on this wall. It's not a huge amount of space here in terms of like width, depth, or whatever. So I don't want to put anything that juts out a lot, but so far I haven't had to pull out the drying rack, and I've like washed bras and bathing suits and all that. So that's worked out. But this isn't set. I haven't quite finished. You know, like I said, I'm still kind of working out what I'm doing with this, but the things that I wanted were a counter that went all the way over the machines and through the corner, space underneath to store things and for sorting, a hanging space specifically for drying, and cabinets to store supplies. What we also did was the guys who installed all of this for me were gonna cut off my Alpha bracket for me right there, just so it was, you know, looked finished. But I thought, why not save it? I have these utility hooks also by Alpha, and I can hang up my new little mini laundry board, which was the other thing that I bought specifically for this room. This and the trash can. Those were the two things that I bought. The trash can and the mini laundry board were new purchases, and I might, like I said, buy a couple more of those sweater boxes for Dawn's sweaters. But how perfect is that? I now have a place to put the step stool where it's off the floor and I know where it is. It's very light, so it's not hard to get down. I did want to buy myself a mini ironing board. I have a huge one downstairs, but it's like really big, and this is great because I can just pop it up here. I've got an outlet right there. My iron's in the cabinet. Great. I'll just show you really quickly. I haven't organized this yet. It's not quite done, but I figured out my little extra Riesenthal bins. The small ones could fit perfectly in this cabinet. And then I have supplies and things up here. But you guys, this video is getting long, so I better cut it off here. But I haven't quite moved in yet, so I don't want to do a whole spiel on that. But I love it. It's made my life so much easier. Charlotte can be in here when I'm working here. I always just panicked about having her in the basement utility room because there's a furnace and a boiler and things with gas lights, and you know, I didn't want her hanging out in there with me. It was really hard to kind of like figure out how to do the laundry around that. So also I don't have to lug the really heavy laundry baskets up and down the stairs like 20 times a week. So this is really just working out. Anyway, I love it. I'm so happy with it. You guys, you know, I'm a creature of habit. Obviously, this closet organization system is still working for me because I basically kept it and just rearranged it a tiny bit. But I definitely am of the camp, like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Unless you want a new laundry room, and then fix it a little bit. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. It's heaven. Well, I'm curious to know what you think. I absolutely love it. We've had it fully installed for 2 weeks now, and it is just a dream. It just is so much easier, and like I said, I just can do laundry basically whenever now, whereas before I was really tied to whenever Charlotte was napping, because she's not at an age where I feel comfortable leaving her on a level that I'm not on, and I couldn't bring her down to the utility room in the basement where our original washer dryer is, because like I said, of all that heavy duty kind of like not baby toddler friendly equipment is, that I didn't want her, and she's like, you know, she's a toddler, she's got her hands and mouth on everything. So it's so nice because she can be playing in here, she loves playing in the closet, I can be changing the laundry, and it's just streamlined my day and made it just much, I mean, it's just a simple thing really when you think about it, but it's made a huge difference. So yeah, I love it. And we still have ample room in our closet, obviously, so much space. So yeah, I just love the way it turned out. You might notice, and I'm sure some people will make a note, that the floor that we put in, like I said, it's vinyl, it's very durable and less expensive. It's very gray toned, and the rest of the floors in our house are very warm, yellowy toned, stained oak. And you might think that doesn't really match. Well, also A, it's a closet, like a lot of people don't go in there, but B, that might be the second big item on my home update to-do list, is to refinish and restain all the floors in the house, which is a huge project because we have 2 floors all entirely covered in hardwood floor. But it's something I wanted to do for a while. I wanted to go darker. I don't know if it'll happen this year. We're gonna see if it, you know, works out with if the price is right and the timing and everything, because it's a huge project with moving a lot of furniture. But we'll see. That's kind of my next thing on my goal list, and then my kitchen is in my sights after that. So there's a lot of exciting things coming up. Another big project would probably, that'll all tie in, but you know, I don't want spoilers. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I will definitely bring you guys along on the journey as we tackle these home improvement projects and just kind of, you know, tweak things a little bit here and there, and sometimes really big things, to make the home just feel more like our home right now and fit our needs and our aesthetic right now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you real soon. Bye, you guys. Take care.